All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to the live session. This is Tutorial Tuesday for the Small YouTubers Growing Together group. And today there's only two of us today. Last week, our live got taken down, so we are pretty much doing it again. And there were so many topics we didn't address, so we will try and address those topics as well today. My name is Salom. I'm the admin for the Small YouTubers Growing Together group, and I'm happy to be here today. All right, Mariana.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mariana, and I am one of the moderators in the group. And I'm also happy to be here. Analytics is the topic. And a lot of people don't know what so many things mean. You know, they want to learn, they want to grow, they want to keep looking at their channel and see how they can make it better, but they don't understand a lot of things. So we thought we'll do one, about this topic and then just kind of go one by one so you guys can, understand it better. If you had any questions, jump in with the comments and then we'll address it all.
Exactly. Yep. So I'm gonna, without much ado, I'm gonna open up a video here, and then we're gonna start. We're gonna take a look at the analytics, and then we'll walk. I don't think we can go through everything today, but we'll do what we can today. And I'm gonna share my screen in a second here. Share screen and other one. I'm gonna share with audio just in case we have to play something. Okay, so I have two channels. One of them is Patient Money, as you see down here with my name, but that one is monetized. So technically, you're not supposed to be showing your RPM and CPM according to YouTube terms of service. But I mean, I've seen many people do it, and unless you're doing it for a malicious intent, that's why I'm using my photography channel today. And this is one of the videos that did fairly well. And so the question is, when this question goes to you, Mariana, when you are looking at analytics of your video, a video you've already done, what is like the main thing you look for?
Okay, so I'm gonna have my face up here because I'm a little bit blind. Okay. So I'm gonna try to see what's going on. So so this is the first thing that will come up. As you could see under video analytics, you have these tabs: overview, reach, engagement, and audience. And then you can also scroll down. So what you want to do when you look at your video, you want to go from left to down and then to right. So let's go back up where it says overview. So it tells you how many views it got. So it says right 8,000. You have a green arrow, meaning it's better than other videos, right? Okay. It tells you how many more than usual, so you can feel good about this video. Right. And then the watch time, how many hours you got. It also tells you, sometimes you have like that green circle with like nothing really in it. That kind of means like it's so-so. It's kind of okay.
It's, then yes, exactly. If it's great.
Yeah, but this video is good, and it shows that you got 53 subscribers from this video.
From that video.
So as a YouTuber, you're looking at your own stuff, you're gonna be thinking, all right, this video so far so good. I need to make more like this if possible, right? So then you could go scroll down a little bit. As you could see, it's kind of, the views kind of go up, like a steady go up. Actually, can you go back up?
Right, let me go back up. Exactly, yes. Yeah. So yes, this let me just address this real quick before you continue. So this is what you get if you make a video that's searchable. If you make a video that's easily found on search, it will consistently go up with time. But if you make a video that gets grabbed by the algorithm, browse features would take it up. You might get like 10,000, and then it pretty much dies off sometimes. So good search keeps it going consistently for a long time. So all right, you can continue.
Other things you might see, instead of having it go up like this, you might see like all these different spikes. And that could be caused if you try to promote your video. If you decide a week from now, like, you know what? Let me send out all these text messages to all my friends and let me put it in a Facebook group. And maybe you find a new group, like not a YouTube group, but like a niche group, and you want to post it. And all of a sudden people love it. And, you got like 50 extra views, depending on how many views you get. A lot of times we get like 50 here, 20 there. You could have these spikes. So if you see a spike, it just means that something caused a lot of people to watch it. It could be a number of different things. So if we go down, it says key moments for audience retention. So
yes, this is like the most important right there.
Yes, audience retention is basically how much percentage do people watch your video? And I've been meaning to say this for such a long time, so I guess here's my time. You have to understand how it is. You're going to have people that will watch your video all the way to the end. This could be your friends and family. This could be your loyal subscribers who just love you. They will just watch anything you put out. It's only so many of them, right? So that's going to be 100% retention. Then you're going to have your average viewer who will watch your video. And then at one point, they're like, all right, I've had enough. It's good, but I got something else to do, right? Or you have your average viewer who gets maybe bored by some parts, which may be boring or maybe excellent, but they just feel like, all right, let's keep going, right? So then they fast forward, right? And then they're like, okay, what's going on here? So that's when you could have like spikes and drops.
That's when, so that explains this spike right here.
Yeah,
they fast forwarded to see something. Yeah,
people watched it. I think the spike also means that they might have rewinded it. Like they actually went back. That's why it's higher than before. Otherwise, how would it go higher, right? But then it went back down, and then it's just a steady going down. That's not even actually bad. But then here's the thing. You will also always have people who will click on your video, and in 5 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, or 1 minute, they will click away. And obviously, if you use clickbait for your thumbnails, I always say your title and your thumbnail is a promise of what your video will deliver. And if you're true to that promise, then they will keep watching. But if you put something outrageous on it and 1,000 people click on it and 800 of them click away in 30 seconds, then I would say it's your fault. You did something wrong there, right? You just try to hook him, you hook them, and then you couldn't keep him, right? Exactly. But you will always have people who will click on your video and will just click away. They're like, oh, that's not what I thought it was, even though you did a good job. So my retention, my average retention is usually 30%. And it doesn't matter what I do. I can put out a 5-minute video and I could put out a 22-minute video. And it's going to be around 30%, 35, 29, average 30. And what that means, you could have one person watch your video all the way and 2 people click on it and at some point really soon click away. Now you're 30%, right? So to me, I feel like I wish it was higher, 50% or whatever, but no matter what I do, so I don't beat myself up over it. So when you're looking at this, mine always looks like that. In the beginning, you have a huge drop, no matter what I try. And I think I had some really good creative ways of starting some of my videos, not most, but some, but I would expect them to, keep watching. And nope, a bunch of people are like, all right, whatever, let's find something else. So that's what that is. Now, what you can do here, where it says key moments. So if you go look at that line, it will show you, it can show you in the video what you were doing. You see that, where you had a drop or where you had a spike. A lot of times, you're not going to have one spike like this. You could have 10. Maybe not this obvious, but you're going to have a bunch of, go up and down, or you might have a big drop. So on the top of that spike, where you have a big drop, you want to look at what that is, because that means at that point, people lost interest, a lot of them. So they either clicked away or they fast forwarded it. And then when you have a big spike again, that means people probably were like, wait a minute, what did I miss? And then they come back. So those are important to see, your video that you made. So you know what exactly was happening, and now you have an understanding. You may have thought it was interesting, but your audience thought it was whatever, or vice versa. So that's how you learn from this.
I see. Yeah. So this video, okay, just coming from I'm a photographer, so I'm going to come from a photography point of view. So most of the people subscribe to my channel are photographers, right? And Photoshop came up with this feature that pretty much it's a one-click edit, one-click AI edit for human faces. And so I demonstrated this and showed how you could actually control it a little bit. But photographers hate any modern thing that would make life easy. They want to go with the old school, 3 hours of editing one single spot on the face, and that's that's what they feel like. With all these tools coming, very many new people will just buy a camera and all become photographers. So this was one of the videos I actually got some of my higher percentage of dislikes on. So I knew coming into this video I was gonna face some backlash, but it was a new thing that they came up with, and why not demonstrate it? It's not for everybody, but some people could use it. So yeah, so the video already had a thing to it before everything else. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, all these photographers will be like, man, all my hard work and my skill and knowledge, nowadays anybody can take pictures and edit it. I feel like my trade has lost value. But I mean, the real people will know. A real person is not going to hire me with my iPhone for their wedding, right? They're going to hire with the camera. So anyways, so if you keep going down, let's see what else is down there underneath. Is that it?
That's it.
Can you click on see more? There's something under, I think. I think there might be something else.
It would now
okay. So it will
take us to the detailed look. Yeah.
So this is worth to spend some time on. Like, always do it. I mean, don't do it on your latest video. Try to go back to it in like 2 weeks when you had, some views. If you have 10 views or 50 views, it might not be, data. You need more. But if you got like 50 views, you could even look at it. So then you have your reach. This is also important. So it's basically showing, again, how your video, it kept taking off and it just gained momentum and it just kept going. And it might flatten out at one point, but it's not going to really drop probably. It's going to keep on going and going. So if you look at your traffic source types, it tells you where you got your people coming from. So YouTube search, browse features, suggested videos, and others. So I always look at those. Those are things that are happening without me. Direct or unknown or external is basically you sending your link to your buddies on a text message. I send it to like 5 of them, but some people might have a whole list and everything. If you have an email list, you have all these subscribers, you have a blog, utilize it. That would be direct or unknown when somebody types in the link to your video, or they click on it from like a text message or an email. External is, for me, you can actually later on, you'll see how external will tell you like Facebook or Instagram or Pinterest or
over here, traffic sources from external, it breaks it down.
So those are going to be like some kind of websites. Like I would say if somebody is like, if you send a text message and then they click on it, it won't be, it might say like Android messaging, or I had some weird ones like that. But anyways, but that's you helping your videos succeed. And a lot of times within the first 5 days, my videos views, 50% come from external. A lot of times I don't get that many views anymore. Don't ask me why. It might make me sound bad, but let's say I get 200 views in the first 2 days. And it's going to say 60% external. That means I got 120 views from something I generated, and only 80 views without me. So it makes me motivated, like, yeah, those people are clicking on it. I posted in all these groups and thousands of members. I got 100 of them look at it, but it's 100 more than before. So if you go up to the original traffic source, so you have browse features. This is when people find you just browsing through videos, or you will have, or YouTube search. So you have made a video that people are searching for. So you might have gotten lucky. This might have been something that people eventually search for. You might have researched it and came up with something that's very popular and trendy. Exactly. Some people base their channels on that. I can't. I'm an outdoors channel. I don't think there's anything trendy or anything. I just
I'm pretty sure if somebody's is going out to hunt deer for the first time and cook it and eat it, they would search, how to skin deer, how to.
Well, that's true. Stuff like that. What I mean is like super trendy is something that's going on with current events, right? Miley Cyrus does something really stupid and something crazy. So you're going to have 10 million people searching for Miley Cyrus, something stupid, right?
Right. But then if you have a solution to a specific problem, right? It might not be very trendy, but,
something. Yeah.
But somebody will search.
Yeah. So for me, like one thing that's always people always search for that is this certain canvas tent that I have that is super expensive. I got it for free as a brand deal. And anytime I do a video, people watch it and they comment, and everybody's always saying how awesome that tent is. And apparently people keep searching for it. So I've been meaning to go out camping that tent, but haven't had a chance. It's going to have to be in 2 weeks just so I can make a video, right? Another one once again, and then talk about something different. But so that's what YouTube search is. That also means your title and your description and your tags are working because people are putting in a search term and they found you. So that's really good. The browse function, that's also really good. You usually have more if you click and see more.
Right. The browse features, what I've noticed is that if you have a pretty good thumbnail, the browse features performs very well because that's just the way the algorithm works. If somebody searches for something similar to what you posted, the algorithm shows them about 4 or 5 videos or more, and they get to choose one within a few seconds. So if your thumbnail is outstanding, that would push the browse features. But the browse features will not continue if your audience retention is bad. If YouTube pushes the video to the first 100, 200 people and it realizes that they're not watching more than 20% of it, then it's like, okay, I'm not gonna push browse features, but you will still be able to do well on search if your search is good. So I think that's kind of where this video is, because browse features hasn't really pushed this much.
But the search is really good. And then on top of it, one thing I always pay so much attention to, where it says suggested videos. If you have any kind of percentage, you have 2.9. That means YouTube is already thinking your video is good, and it is suggesting it to people, either at the end of the screen, or on the side of whatever. You have all these different places, but YouTube finds a way to suggest it to people that think, what they know what you like. So they will suggest certain videos. Once you get that, and people keep watching and everything just happens. You did a good job with your video. You did a good job with your thumbnail. You did a good job with your title, description, and everything. Everything will start happening. The search, people will find you. They will see you in the browse section. They'll click on it. YouTube, and then they will watch your video. YouTube will see that, they're watching most of your video, or at least a good portion. Then it's going to start suggesting it to people. And then more people see it, and so on. So this is always a good one to look at. So if you go down a little bit more, we talk about the traffic sources, and then you have suggested videos. It tells you what videos are suggesting your video. It doesn't mean it's people saying, hey, check this out. It means YouTube is using those videos to watch yours because it's a similar topic and so on, and people are actually clicking on it.
Hold on. Oh, okay. These ones right here, the topics right here. Yep.
And then if you go down, playlists, what playlists, your playlists, right, are playing. So I don't know if we mentioned this before, you can and should make playlists on your channel. Was that?
You can add it to your end screen so that.
Yeah, but it's not only that. You want your YouTube channel to have sections. You don't want just 200 videos and people are like, what's so you could have as many playlists as you want. You probably want like at least 3 videos in each. So for me, I broke it down. I have camping and outdoors. I have camping in the winter. Once I started making some videos when I'm camping in really cold weather, when I talk about it, or camping in the snow, whatever. Some people are into that. They want some extreme stuff, cooking, hunting, fishing, and then spray painting stuff, because that's like my most popular one. I just did a new one, hoping for it to take off. People just want to see that. So you have all these sections, and then you can also put those playlists at your end screen. You can also use them as cards. Instead of just putting a video in your video, you can put a playlist. And then you can see which one of your playlists are more popular. And which ones this video looks like you put your video in 2 of these playlists, right?
Right, Photoshop and photography. So it looks like
and you can put your videos in as many playlists as you want. You don't want to repeat everything, but sometimes one video will qualify, for more than one things. And then if you go up, let's see what we didn't talk about.
All right, so let me talk about the traffic, the YouTube search here real quick. So this just gives you an idea of what people are searching for. So you can see that here people are searching for Photoshop. Let me increase this a little bit there. Photoshop 2021 skin smoothing Photoshop 2021 skin smoothing Photoshop. And somehow I put a bunch of these in the tags. Maybe we can take a quick look at the tags, right? If we go to the details here, I do have TubeBuddy, so that also helped me with the tags for this one. And Photoshop AI skin retouch is actually number 1 when you search for Photoshop AI skin retouch. So it actually has a lot of green here, even though some of the numbers are pretty high. That's probably why it's doing okay in the.
So what I would say, like when you look at all those search terms, you can come back to your tags and you look at the ones that don't have any green next to them. Just look at them again and think like, are these really good? Like, they don't look really good, but maybe you could come up with more tags that are like the ones you had where people found you. Like you only have like what, 500 characters, I think.
Yes.
So
yeah, 500.
If you have reached your 500 and you can't add any more tags at this point, I would say take off some of them that you think are not doing too good. They don't have any green next to them. So look at them. They might be taking up precious space. And then look at your YouTube search terms that they used and they found you, and see if you could add something similar, because they could be putting that in the search, but you don't have it as a tag. You never know. So you can always play around with them.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes I just have a feeling way too many tags, But then again,
it's not too many. I feel like if you have 500 characters, it's not gonna hurt you to use all.
Yeah, I just also I wanted to share something. Like a lot of people just for tags, they just put one word. Okay, put what you think people will type in to search for something. So if you put a whole phrase, it's more likely that they will fall directly to your video. So, try to put longer phrases. It makes it more specific, but do include the one words as well.
Yeah, if you put in photography, they're gonna come up with a million videos.
Right.
And it's just the way it is. Your video could be the best ever, but you're gonna have some big channels come up before you. You can't help it, and they might never get to you. So if you use tags, like you said, a complete search, like could be something what your title is, or you could break it into like little phrases, they were more likely to get to you. So we were looking at reach, and then look at the impressions. So to the right.
Yeah, right here.
So it says high impressions. Impressions are how many times your video has surfaced anywhere.
It's a search, or it's just a browse feature,
or in Facebook, or in anywhere where anyone has seen it. Impression. So 59.1 thousand. If everybody has clicked on it, you would have 50,000. That never happens. So it says your click-through rate is 10%. Is that what it says?
10.1.
So that's really good. Mine is normally like 4% or 5%, which is not so bad. I always thought it was horrible. I thought 50% was good, but I was told 5% is kind of okay. It's not bad. 10% is actually pretty good. That means one person out of every 10, or 10 people out of every 100.
100. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
And that means your video has come up on places where people don't even care, but it counts as an impression. Of course, they're not going to click on it, right? But it counts against you. So 10% is good. And then it tells you watch time from impressions, how many hours. So obviously it's right there. And then if you go down to bell notifications sent, this always makes me so mad. I mean, I don't get too mad, but I get a little bit like annoyed, like, are you kidding me? Come on, man. So it says bell notifications sent. That means that people, when they subscribe to you and they click that little gray bell, you tell them, make sure you click it. Most of them don't, but if they click it, that means when your video is up, then on your phone, you're going to get a notification, oh, new video or whatever, right? So 100% of them were sent. So everybody who had your notification, they were notified. How many of them clicked on it? 2.7. So that makes me like, okay, so if I had 100 people that have checked that they want to be notified of my videos, not even 3 of them clicked it. And what's the point?
Here's the thing.
So
YouTube makes you feel better about it. It says notification click-through rate typical on YouTube is 0.5% to 2.5%. And I got 2.7%.
It's actually pretty good. But I look at it like, really, dude, that's so weird, right?
Yeah.
So then you go in a little bit more and it says traffic source, YouTube search. So proportion of your total.
You know what's interesting? It's like I had all these preconceived notions about stuff, but the way my finance channel is just very different. The notification click-through rate is high. It's very high, much higher than most other stuff. And the moment you make a video, within the first 15 minutes, you have like most of the views, about 60% or 70% of the views are coming from notifications. And that's usually not the case with my photography channel. And with my photography channel, back when I started, I was not telling people to click the notification button. So I think a lot of people also did not click the notification button. So there is.
Yeah, but the thing is, even with those people that were notified, I mean, honestly, I want to say this, that you can study all this, and you could watch a bunch of YouTube videos on how to be a YouTuber and how to go YouTube. It comes down to the content. It's just like 2 parts of the content. If the content itself is interesting, something people would want to watch, right? And if you make it interesting, like you gotta have both. If you're gonna have a content that people would want to watch, but your video sucks, they're not gonna watch it. Sorry, right? Or you have a content that's not that interesting, but you did a fantastic job, it's still not going to be all that great, right? So a lot of people, which I can't do. Like I said, they research what they want their channel to be about. It's not even about their passion or whatever. They research what is the most trendy topic, and then they research what is the most sought after search term, and then they do a video about it. And if you could do that, more power to you. You know, just don't burn out. Make sure you enjoy it. But it comes down to the content, and a lot of us struggle with views because our content might not be the most popular, but you keep going and you keep getting people that like you and they like your videos. They are going to watch your stuff. I don't get that many views, but I keep going because I get some really nice comments, like all the
Right,
time.
right.
Nice amount of comments from a lot of the same people, sometimes brand new and everything, but they're so encouraging. And I'm just like, oh my God, okay, I'll make another one, you know. So a lot of things have to fall in place a lot of times that you cannot control. So you don't want to get stressed out or depressed about anything. You want to keep going, but it is good to look at these things, because if you could just make your next video 10% better, then you're already that much better.
That's
but
true.
We all have our moments, you know. When we're just
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see what else is down here.
You just have your YouTube search, your playlists. Okay, good. So engagement.
Engagement.
This is where, again, it tells you the watch time, how many hours this video has given you, and since it was published. And then again, you have your key moments. You have your audience retention, how much percentage was viewed, and we talked about that. And then you have your likes and dislikes. So It tells you your channel average, overall on average, the percentage. 95% is good, right? Mostly likes. Everybody's gonna get some dislikes. This video, like you said,
it got more dislikes than
it didn't go too well with photographers, but a lot of other people will probably like it.
Exactly.
But people get so stressed out over dislikes. Oh my God, I got my dislike today.
Oh no, I stopped caring a long time ago.
You know, I have, like, on almost every videos, I have one dislike. I have 2 or 3 on the other ones. I have some of my hunting videos, I have more, obviously. You know, people who think like, oh, hunting is bad. At one point, I thought it was my ex-boyfriend always, you know, going in and disliking
finding the one video.
I started that I broke up with this guy, and then all of a sudden, my last 5 video dislike, even the one he was in, right? And I'm like, whatever, dude. You don't even know that you're not hurting me, right? Then 2 years later, we date again. We break up. 4 or 5 videos dislike. I was like, whatever. You cannot take this seriously. Some people are like, well, instead of just hitting dislike, why don't they leave a comment and tell me what's wrong with my video? Well, people don't have to do that. People don't have to do anything. They don't like your video.
It's all engagement anyway. It's all engagement.
YouTube doesn't care. I mean, if you had like 100 dislikes on a video and you got 2 likes, I would say, okay, you need to look at that video. I think something is wrong with it. You know, it's just, maybe you are saying some things you shouldn't be saying and people are offended. And you're probably going to have some angry comments or some nasty ones, but you're going to have 2, 3, 4 dislikes, whatever, who cares? It's more engagement. So don't worry about it so much.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so what else do we have here? Audience. So this is where it gets interesting. Hold on. I wanted to see the did I miss something? Let me go to overview here, where it tells you when your audience are on. Remember, Mariana, we spoke about it the last time.
I'm sorry, you guys were wrong. I'm going to tell you about that. Not that you were wrong.
But you remember where to find it, though, or was it on?
You go to audience, and
I was expecting it to be down here. Okay. All right. Well, before we get there, watch time from subscribers. So 97% of people who watched this were not subscribed, and apparently I didn't do a good job to convince people to subscribe after watching this. So, this is where you look at your stats and realize that maybe you need to be a little bit more exciting. Maybe you need to make sure that the beginning of your video is packed. Because guess what? The very first 2 seconds, you have 100% of people there. They are there. So it depends on you whether you can hold them for the next 10 seconds. Okay. So 100% of the people who click on your video will see at least the first 2 seconds, even if they just click on and out. So this is where you need to work on your delivery and try to convince people to subscribe to your channel. So I believe that for every 100 people, you should be able to convince at least one person. And if you keep doing that, your channel will grow fast.
It's true, but at the same time, I'm gonna say, I always felt that if you're gonna start your video telling me, hey, don't forget to subscribe, I feel like, why should I don't even know what you're talking about, right? Like, don't start with that. You're right. First 2 seconds, first 5 seconds, you have all these people. So I feel that you need to hook them, like you said, right?
Right. Not tell them to subscribe. Convince them to subscribe. As in, present your mantra.
I just wanted to clarify it. Be super engaging or start your video with the most interesting things. Like what I did for one of my recent video. You see what I just did? My top video, it has 20,000 views over like 2 years, and it's like I keep looking at it to see what I can do. And it was basically when I spray painted with camouflage my tailgate on my truck. And apparently it was so amazing. People love it. All 200 comments and everything, right? So I've been meaning to do one. I'm like, I need to spray paint something. So I have a friend, he has a big feed truck. He says, okay, you could paint it. Here's the money for the paint. I think I did a good job. I videotaped it. I got like 300 views on it, which is not even that much. It's been like a week, 6 days that I uploaded it. But it's more than, other videos. And what I did was I tried to replicate that video. I'm like, what did I do? I'm offering new information, but what did I do? So in the first 5 to 10 seconds, I have these snapshots in this video. And then it shows you all these really cool things that I'm doing. So someone in 5 seconds can decide, like, do I want to watch this? Yeah, I do. And it has music and everything. And then I start talking. So that something like that could work. Maybe you put your most outrageous moment, in the beginning, you hook them, and then you keep going. And then you ask them to I usually don't ask people to subscribe. Once in a while I do. And I still keep getting a steady number of subscribers every month, like between 40 to 60. So I feel like I'm okay with it. If I was getting like 2 to 5 subscribers, I would probably be thinking like, okay, I think I should ask them, or put a text. You don't have to say it in every video. You forgot to say it. Put one of those picture-in-picture, subscribe now or something like that.
Yeah, I would disagree with that. I think you should ask them, because the interesting thing is, human beings are they might actually like your content, but it wouldn't cross their mind to actually go and hit subscribe, right? Sometimes they watch your content so much that even when they come on their YouTube, they see your content on the homepage. So that need to subscribe is probably not there. But if you tell them, hey guys, this will go a long way to help the channel. If you guys can, if you think you learn anything from this video, or if you just enjoyed this video, do me a favor, subscribe. I've been doing it with my new channel, and I think it's working. And it actually works a lot on the lives. It's like some people were on the live chatting with me for like a whole hour, right? They had not subscribed.
Yeah, heck yeah.
And then when I say, hey guys, if you are new here, do well and subscribe, all of a sudden I see I got 20 subscribers right away. So I'm like, oh, so you guys were all watching this while and did not subscribe, and only did when I told you to,
They were just mesmerized and not even.
Exactly. They're like, oh, they probably don't. It's just human nature. So I believe after your hook, not before your hook. after your hook, and then you've told them exactly what you're going to talk about today, then you can, ask them to consider subscribing, because that's when you have most of the people on there. And then you can ask them again at the very end, because at the very end, what I've realized is that if somebody sticks through your video and watches more than 70% of it, they either really like the content, or they are learning something from it, or they just like you. And such a person, if they hear it the second time, they're also very likely to subscribe. So
you're right. I would also say, it's like, to me, the my big pet peeve is the delivery, like you said. You see, I watch a lot of videos from Think Media. His originally was a tech review guy, but and I think he still does it, but he does a lot of the how to be a YouTube, how to do YouTube content and everything. And he has millions of subscribers, or at least 1 million, right? He always starts his videos with a question, have you ever thought doing this? Or just something like as if you're having a conversation. I like it. It's not like, hi, I'll start with, hi, everyone. It's so scripted, and that's how I start my stuff, but whatever. People are used to it, right? But he starts it with a question. People are like, oh, yeah, I've been wondering about that. And then he has a brief intro, like a 5-second, the whole music and everything. And then he talks about what the video will be about. Everything is very quick. And then he says, hi, my name is Sean Cannell. I think that's how you say his name. And this channel is about this. If you're new here and you consider what and if you like, what you see, consider subscribing. So he doesn't just say, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. When people say that, it drives me crazy. It's like, what are you saying? You even know people are gonna like, share, and comment, and so why would they, right? But if you say, like you said, you could take a few seconds somewhere in the video and say, if you think this video is helpful, consider subscribing. What I would say, I wouldn't make it about me and my channel. I would make it about them. So I wouldn't personally say, like, you're gonna help me out, because people are like, well, I don't care. I mean, they might, but I don't expect them to care. That's my thing. Make it about them. And I used to say it like this, consider subscribing, and that way you're gonna be updated when I have a new video come out. You'll be the first one to see, or whatever. Just, So if you find a way to say it like this, you're right about the end of the video. You don't want to say it at the very end, because most people click away. But like you said, if they watch 70%, the people that watched it, they're either going to be subscribers already, so whatever, or like you said, new people who really like that video, and chances are they would subscribe. You can also, you see, I used to ask for subscribers, and then I felt like over and over again, I'm asking, each video, each week. So I started doing it. So I did it where a lot of times I would just download like a little subscribe, little picture, the red one, but that says subscribe. And then I would put it as a text over the video.
Right. That is okay, but that one is very subtle. I'm pretty sure, I don't have the statistics in front of me, but I'm pretty sure that one will be as maybe 30% as effective as you telling people to subscribe. I know it's a subtle way, but saying it is good too. And then, all right,
video I'm gonna make, I'm editing one right now.
Right.
And I already have another one, because I'm like 3 weeks ahead. I'm so proud of myself. But the next one I'm going to film, I'm going to do it. I'm going to say it in the beginning.
There you go.
And I'm going to say like at 70% of it.
See, like here's the thing. Sometimes if you just tell them to subscribe, it doesn't really motivate them to subscribe. But if you tell them, hey, this is going to go a long way to help the channel, okay, motivate me to create more content. It's like you give them some reason to subscribe, and then they'll subscribe. And one thing I also need to be doing is, asking those questions, the questions that get you the comments, like let's say,
I feel like I actually get some nice comments, and I usually at the end, I do remember, I always see what I do I don't do a script at all. There's no way I would remember. I don't want to read anything. But a lot of things, you get into the habit, and people like repetition. We are creatures of habit. So if you find a way to start your videos the same way or to end them the same way, people kind of feel comfortable with it. So at the end, I always remember to say, if you have any questions or anything, please leave me a comment, or if I'm telling them something that I did, I'm like, let me know if you tried it, how it worked out. What are your experiences? A lot of times I'm like, do you have any advice for me? Because I'm still learning, and then the very last thing I always say, once again, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. I always just say it like that. And it just sort of became, I guess, like part of my channel. But the comments, I think it's kind of like what you're saying about subscribers. If you ask for comments, people will more likely to comment. Like you said, you ask them to subscribe, they're more likely to subscribe. You ask them a question like, what do you think? Am I doing this right? People love opinions.
Exactly.
All right, you found it.
Yes, I found it. You have to go to the channel analytics. It's not an analytic on a specific video.
Okay.
Yes. So you tried it and it didn't work?
Okay, so this is what happened. I told you guys this was like a few weeks ago that I usually upload my videos Wednesdays, like at 5 o'clock. And then I turned to like 2 o'clock, sort of. I even tried 1 o'clock. It was a little bit better, not 100. So I'm kind of sticking with around like 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesdays, between 3 and 5. But my analytics said that most of my people are on Sunday at 6 p.m. And I remember I was telling you guys, like, that doesn't make sense, and I don't understand, and this is like an outdoor thing. People are gone on the weekends. And one of you guys, I don't know if it was you or San or somebody, you guys said, well, yeah, but your audience is not you. Just because you're gone on the weekends, that doesn't mean they are. So I said, okay, that makes sense. So I didn't want to switch from Wednesday to Sunday, but I did upload one video on Sunday at 6 o'clock. Horrible. I uploaded a short on a Sunday. No good. I actually wanted to, let me see which one it was.
So actually, as for shorts, because it takes a while for them to kick in, I think they are. Well,
I don't base a lot on shorts, but I had one video. See, I can't really tell the date, but I believe this one video I posted, it got like 84 views for a camping video that was actually really nice, in my opinion. I think it had a good thumbnail and everything. One of my lowest views ever. Or I don't know if it was that one, but it did worse than normal. And then at one point, I considered doing 2 videos a week, Wednesday and Sunday, so that I can maybe double my views and everything. I can't do it. I was already doing it for 2 weeks, and I had all these video ideas planned out and just going at it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get serious about this. And then some things happened, and I couldn't get out there. I couldn't do it. And I'm like, you know what? To keep my mental insanity and everything, I'm not gonna do it because I cannot sustain it. So I'm gonna stick with Wednesday because it works, So
hey, if it works for you, don't change it. Don't change it.
Yeah, but I know you guys said data doesn't lie, and I totally understand it. So I don't know what happened.
Well, yeah, but I think the thing about the data is that it's probably not gonna be consistent over every single video. It's probably over time, if you upload this number of videos on this day, you get the most views. But it could be that there's the one day where things don't fall in place. So yes, so it might not be. I mean, I understand if you want to judge it on just the one video, but but yeah, statistics, when it's always an average. It's always an average. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I would probably do it like if I have a lot of videos all of a sudden, because camping season is coming up. If I have a lot of videos, I might do like 2 in 1 week I'm gonna do Wednesday and Sunday, and then maybe I can see it again. But I feel like, I don't know. It was just discouraging. I
Yeah,
had high.
for me, again, back to my finance channel. On my finance channel, I last Sunday or Saturday, I uploaded a video at 2 a.m.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, the thing says, my good time is around 11 a.m. to about 1 p.m. But that video was time sensitive. The next day, the stock market was going to open. I was talking about a stock that, the funny thing is, when I woke up at 6 a.m., the video already had 500 views, and about 90% of the views came from Google search, because the company was a hot topic, and probably most of my competitors did not upload in the middle of the night. So when people were searching for that, they found my video. So by the daytime, my video had a lot more views and would show up in the searches. So by the end of the day, it was almost like 1.6K, which is great for a day. And so again, like you said, it's a formula, but you can't be robotic about it. If there's a different catalyst, there's a different reason you want to upload a video early. Yeah.
Yeah, like in your case, it's totally makes sense. People in New York, they're like, what, 2 hours ahead of you, or 1 hour? I don't know.
Right.
So,
3.
what was 2 o'clock for you, it was probably 4 o'clock for them. And if they're into the stock market and everything,
Right.
guaranteed they're used to waking up early or just checking things and everything. So that makes sense. For me, I don't know. It makes sense that people would be home Sunday afternoon, Sunday evenings, and they might be on YouTube looking for things. But I don't want to change my schedule because I don't know if it would do any more harm than good.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. Yeah. Yeah, but for me, I will keep trying different stuff, you understand? Until I find a sweet spot, because sometimes you think you are in the sweet spot, but then there could be a better spot somewhere else, so yeah. All right, so looks like, we've exhausted a lot of the things today. Maybe the next time we talk about this, we can be more specific about certain areas to look at, right?
Can I say one thing that drives me crazy? How many people don't notice? We see so many people in the group, and we mentioned this before, but I wanna, because I'm looking at it right now. They're like, oh my God, why are my views going down? So if you look here on the screen, on the top right-hand corner, it says last 28 days.
Right.
Yeah. So people don't realize
it's the last 28 days.
Yeah, you're looking on your phone or on the website, it's the last 28 days. So it's always counting the last 28 days. And if you had a great day 28 days ago, and since then, whatever you had is, you had 1,000 views 28 days ago. You have like all these whatever views. And now tomorrow, on that day, the next day, you had 0 views. Now you have 1,000 less because it's counting the last 28 days. So people think that YouTube is messing with them and whatever and what's going on, and it's discouraging. It's not. You can always click on all these different things. You could click on lifetime, last 7 days, last 48 hours. So keep that in mind, because it's just looking at the last month as an average, not an average, but as a total.
Right. And also even those who are monetized, like I've seen people say, oh, YouTube took my money. YouTube just took my money for no reason.
Same thing. Yeah.
But it's the last 28 days. So whenever you pass the 28 days, it doesn't show. But when you go and change it to, last, or all time or last 6 months, you probably see all your money in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, your money will go up. Since I posted this last video with the 300 views, I went from, because I used to make, I guess we're not supposed to say how much, but it wasn't all that much money, but it went down a lot in the past 6 months. It finally came back up just from that one video. But it's going to be like a slow increase unless you have a crazy video that takes off and you did like $20, in one day. And then all of a sudden the next day it dropped. And then, so that's what that's about.
Right. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for watching. Mariana, you have any last words?
No, just don't get discouraged. I have to tell you, YouTube is really not easy at all. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, and nobody would be fixing cars and operating people and working at Walmart or whatever and being teachers, because they would all be YouTubers. So it's really hard. Take it serious because you want to do a good job, but don't take it too serious. It's not the end of the world. That's all I can say.
All right, and all I have to say is keep creating and don't give up. Okay, do it for yourself. So just keep creating. All right, we'll see you next week. Peace.
Bye.
And